only linked together. Nothing else is. Okay. Okay. Did you eat today?
소개합니다. 컨택 골.
Okay.
긴장되는 순간 재채기 콧물.
We have 30 minutes. Amazing. Chat before the game. Hello. Wait, it's loud? What do you mean loud? Wait, what's loud? What's loud? No. Am I loud? Stream volume. What about stream volume? What part of stream volume?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you don't want no problem. You can get it, I'm a problem.
Oh, YouTube music.
Big ass ball, yo.
YouTube audio? Is that better? Okay. Lovely. The world stream is louder than what? I just said YouTube was too loud. What? Okay. Hello, Fentos. How are you? Music. Let's go C9. No. No. Absolutely. Why not? What do you mean?
I don't know. You always like cheered for
Just
C9.
no. Well, you know. I don't expect either of them to do anything anymore. So, you know, and I already know everything that's happening behind the scenes. So.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm just saying.
Betraying the FUD factor? Well, it's not really betraying the FUD factor. It's that, like, I feel like both teams have hit the maximum limit that they're gonna hit this world. So now it's not really about the players anymore. It's just about other stuff.
Elimination, right? For both.
Yeah. Closes out. Yeah. Why is Whippo retired?
Fire. They're awesome.
Some people consider it retirement.
I will be playing next game.
Okay.
This is a fact. At this point, I can say. At this point, I can say.
Excellent. Please.
Oh.
True. There it is, man.
You know the funny thing is, I don't even need to disagree. Washed up, a hell of a lot better.
True.
Call me washed up all you.
Who has to get closer to the mic?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, I will. I was chilling too hard.
Okay. Fine. Okay, yeah.
Big chonker.
Yeah. Did I do patch notes? I did. It's just not uploaded yet.
That's a strong ass volibear.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 10 kills, no doubt.
Like, what a shame the volibear. Like the volibear play. Like honestly, the cheese he did was really good. He would have won that. Like
The Adam game.
Yeah, he cancelled his auto into Q. He didn't mark him with W. Like, what a waste, honestly. Like, he would have had a really good game. You need to play Ghost in that matchup to actually win it, because you need to have the movement speed to kite the rumble during his overheat. So as soon as he didn't play Ghost, I knew like he was kind of first timing it.
Right.
But yeah,
Makes sense.
I look like an absolute unit. Yeah, honestly, I'm a pretty big unit. I'm a pretty big unit. I don't mind though.
How tall? How tall are you?
I'm like 190 centimeters, so like
190.
6'3". I got measured to be 6'2" at the hospital, so I guess I'm 6'2". Fine.
6'2", it's over.
Really, I'm 6'3", but it's fine, you know. Like,
Okay.
U.S. government just restraining my capacities.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Renzi, thank you for 12 months. There. Before, are you coming back to EU or will you stay in NA?
This is not something I want to disclose. All I want to say is I'll play.
Okay.
It's actually like I haven't made it. Like it depends on the offers I'll get.
True.
But I will say that there's enough interest that I can say with confidence I'll be playing.
Okay. I play Marvel Snap now. I don't know what that is. That's one of the new card games. I think.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah, I don't play it either, but it looks pretty cool.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. It's like there's 6 turns maximum.
Yeah.
It's like a pretty fast-paced card game. It is weird.
It has a limit of 6.
Limit of 6 turns. Yes. The 6th turn is the last turn in every game. But like Ben Brode's on it, so honestly, like
Ben Brode from StarCraft.
I know him from Hearthstone, but yeah, maybe he's from StarCraft. Ben Brode's the GOAT.
Okay. Lovely. Brode is the GOAT, yeah. Is there a card that makes it 7?
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, there is?
That's
Okay. Yeah, that's still
if you
pretty.
specifically nitpick in a card to have 7 turns.
Yeah.
Fair to say it's
Yeah.
like saying Hearthstone has 20 mana because there's a card that has 20 mana, you know, like that makes
Is
you have
there?
20. There was a card, yeah. It's a Wild Heart Guff, or like Guff something. It's like a hero card, and it allowed you to have up to 20 mana.
What the fuck?
It was obviously insanely overpowered and broken
Okay.
as fuck.
Okay,
It was
okay.
also a drawing engine by itself, so it was like probably one of the most broken cards to have ever existed.
Wait, what's the name of it?
It's like Wild Heart Guff.
Hearthstone.
It's Guff. It's a 5-cost hero card. Wild Heart Guff. There it is. Just read that card and tell me that shit's not insanely broken.
Set your maximum mana to 20. Gain an empty mana crystal. Draw a card. Base.
5, bro. And then his hero power is also gain an empty mana crystal or draw a card. So he's a drawing engine by himself, and he ramps by. Like he was the most. Like, this is the nerfed version. The pre-buff version gave you an active mana crystal. So you'd play him for 5, and really it only cost 4. And then his hero power would cost 2, but you gain back 1 mana, so it only cost 1. So you're just like the most broken card in the game. I mean, it is what it is. Goodness.
Okay. Good card.
Very good card.
Oh.
I would argue that every single deck ever would play that card. I mean, maybe not like really dedicated aggro decks,
Right.
but like any mid-range deck, any combo deck, any miracle deck, any control deck, they would all play that card in a heartbeat.
League. Mickey on the loss against Genji, what it meant in Genji. Oh. Wait, this is C9 Fnatic's first rematch in 10 years?
Well, first best of 3 rematch.
Oh, okay. It's a crime how few. Yeah. It's fine. What do you think the score's going to be?
Honestly, like the thing about World scores is like for me, so this is my personal experience playing at Worlds.
Yeah.
Like every single team is gonna get their ass kicked,
Yeah.
at some point by the best team.
Yeah.
Which team kicks your ass is a matter of how good you are, not a matter of if. Like, for example, even if G2, I can guarantee you G2 scrims against like Gen G, JDG,
Right.
they will struggle.
Right.
Even if it's like a 3-3 scrim, the games that you lose are fucking rough, and the games that you win are a struggle to win. And I personally find that you need to have a team that is capable of having arguments and being honest with each other. And usually, like, you know, young adults in esports, that involves like yelling and getting fucking pissed and mad. And people get really angry with each other.
Yeah.
So the reason why I hate like doing predictions, because I don't know which teams have players that are capable of yelling at each other and then coming like showing up the next day and playing their best fucking game, you know?
Right.
Because like I think that's one of the reasons why Fnatic in 2018, 2019, 2020, like 2020 did well at Worlds, because like right now we were yelling at each other. Like there was a lot of angry people in those rooms.
Of course.
You know, a lot of stress, a lot of like really high pressure, and like we just showed up and played our best game regardless of that.
Right.
Especially going in from like the earlier weeks, and then, you know, losing against teams that you shouldn't have lost to, and then coming in against the team that you have to beat. I don't know if C9 has players that can like fucking yell at each other and then you know, come out and because the thing is, if you don't yell at each other, you don't share honestly what needs to be done to win, because people don't have the social skills to actually convey the feedback in a way that gets across. Because you can be like, yeah, like, I'll give you an example. Like in a pro team, being like, yeah, I don't think we should play Ornn into this, for example, right?
Yeah.
People will take that as, oh yeah, this guy has an opinion, but it's okay. Well, in reality, that guy might genuinely think, like, if we pick Ornn into this, we're just gonna fucking lose.
Right.
But he's not able to convey that that's how strongly he feels about that.
Right.
So whenever someone's trying to convey really strong feelings, people start yelling, you know, they start being like, if we pick Ornn into this, you're fucking retired. Like, this is the type of conversation you have, you know,
of
like,
course.
that's what you end up getting. And as a result, I personally find that it's really hard to judge Western teams that I haven't worked with on whether they have players that are capable of doing that. For example, Humanoid is an example. I don't think he, like, based on the fact that he's always had bad international performances, or well, I guess he had, I think he had like one Worlds and maybe one MSI that he did pretty well. Yeah. But like Mad Lions, for example, I imagine Mad Lions don't have that. They don't have those discussions where like they actually get mad. It's like, dude, if we draft this, we're gonna fucking lose. Why the fuck are we playing this? Because that's the only way people can get those feelings across, whilst making it obvious to the other person as well, that that's how they feel.
Right. I mean, I also imagine the Mad Lions has really bad or like weak mental state, right? Because, you know, G2, they post those the scrim things, right?
Yeah.
How many teams cancel? Matt always cancels.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
So,
makes sense, yeah.
I mean, I imagine something obviously goes into that. Hold on, where's my coffee?
So that's why, like, I'm guessing Matt has that, yeah. Like, in the cancel stuff, and they just kind of hold up their feelings. But like, I'll give you an example, right? It's like something that I like had to fight for. Like, something that I regret not people fighting for harder is like I fought for Garen Yumi in 2019. I thought it was actually really good. And
yeah, but I know that as soon as you got, what was it? You guys like lost with it, or there was the message from Reckless.
So the thing is that happened when we were in a best of, like, I don't know about the message from Reckless. I don't know about that anymore. I don't remember. You'll have to give me. But like the thing is that reaction of like, why the fuck are we playing this? We shouldn't play this. That happened during a best of 5, and like at that point it's like too late. Like that needs to have happened before the prep, right?
Yeah, I remember. I mean, you replied to him, right? I was on screen share or something. Like, you guys lost with Garen Yumi, and then like, he said something like, it's not about. It's what was it? It was like, something about having fun, right? And he was basically trying to imply that Garen Yumi is just like fun, and then you replied like, you don't think it was ever about fun. Thought it was about like, this is actually just the best.
Yeah,
no,
for sure, yeah.
And I remember, I remember I was on screen share, and like, I think, Nemesis was sharing a screen to me, right? When this scrim was going on, or not scrim, when this thing was going on, this argument, and you and Reckless were going back and forth. But it was like really weird to me that you guys had so much success with that combo, and then like you just lost with it once, and then
like the
he
most
mentally
disgusting, like,
imploded.
it's like
Yeah,
the
and he
most
mentally imploded, and it had nothing to do with. Well, he mentally imploded on Garen Yumi.
Okay,
but
yeah,
it
I
had
agree
nothing
with
to
that.
do with Garen Yumi.
Yeah. But
Right.
that's okay. That's what I mean, right? Is like that's exactly what I mean when I say like teams, they don't like, the players are incapable of being honest with their
Sure,
feelings
right.
in a way where they can make clear like I do not want to play Garen Yumi. Like, even if the reasons are like I just because as a person, like Worlds is a really big deal, right?
Right.
So like if you feel like I don't want to bet my Worlds performance on a champion, you need to get that across.
Right.
Because it's important. It will always eat at the back of your mind.
Right.
Like, it's the same for me. Like I can say with confidence, every champion I went onto the world stage with, I was fully bought in. You know, I was bought in. And I think this is one of my best champions that I can play to win here. And obviously, like I played Shannon, like I played Shen on stage, and it was not pretty. So I was like, oh yeah, maybe it's not that. You know, I got a reality check, but I didn't lock that champ in thinking like, yeah, my teammates want me to play this. They don't believe that this is good. And like I valued it a lot that other people gave me that same confidence of like,
Right.
when I lock in my champ, everyone on my team's like nodding their head like, fuck yeah, you know, he's playing
Right.
this. And I think that I didn't really one of my regrets is like not making sure that my teammates had that same confidence in the champions they lock in, because at the end of the day, that's what you need when you're playing in my opinion, you know. So yeah, that my point being, I don't know if C9 and Fnatic have that kind of discussions and conversations, because like for example, they played against Bin Jax with Poppy, right? Like,
Right.
is everyone on that team fully bought into giving Bin Jax? I'm not so sure. Maybe a lot, like, because it's really obvious. Some people are just like, dude, this guy is like the best Jax player in the fucking world. Why the fuck are we doing this, right? And if you don't get that feeling across, this guy is mentally in the back of his mind constantly thinking like, why the fuck are we playing against Bin Jax again? Like,
Sure.
as soon as he starts getting kills, he's just like, okay, so why did we leave Jax open again? Like, what
Right.
the fuck is this, right? Because we're all human, and it's easy to fall into that trap. Even though I personally, like, I would have bought in. I think their strategy was good with the Poppy, and it showed that they had practiced it, right? Because they had that really, really, like, unique, like, not unique, but like really strong gank angle, like dive angle. Like, they dove him in 2 turns on the top tower. I thought that was really well played. It was obvious they had that prepared and ready, and like, I thought it was a good strategy.
Right.
Devil you know, or the devil you don't know, you know? Because it's always scary when you're playing against really strong players. Like, just because he hasn't done it before doesn't mean he won't do it. Like,
Right.
Just because he hasn't blinded Gwen doesn't mean he won't just like suddenly do it now, right?
Sure.
Or like a champion that you're scared of, you know? It's always something in the back of your mind.
Is this like, by the way, a random question? Is this your first? Oh no, last year, right?
Unfortunately,
You did
yeah.
not make roll. Let's say rolls at home. Trevor.
Okay, though, I don't, like I said, next year I will, like, for me, for my return to pro play, I'm considering myself to be like, I'm coming back to challenge the people currently at the top. You know, I want to go from the bottom up. I don't want to just be like, yeah, I used to be really good here, so I'm back and I'm still really
Right.
good. I don't want to have that perspective.
Right.
To come back and go from the bottom to the top,
Makes sense.
claw my way back up. What do you expect? You asked me what I expected. And basically,
With what,
I
this?
expect, yeah, so I expect Fnatic to win because European teams are generally have an environment where they're much more honest with each other. But I wouldn't put money on it.
I don't know. I think I genuinely think it can go either way. But I do think if Fnatic does just win game 1, I think it's already over because of the stuff that we talked about before the stream.
Okay, yeah.
So I think like C9 losing, yeah, we're not gonna go. I think C9 losing 1 game, going backstage with everything else going on. I think, yeah. I think it's probably lights out. Not sure what the angle is on that, but you know, it's gonna be fine, Bwip. It's gonna be, you know. But okay. So how's Korean solo queue?
Good. I got stuck at 200 LP. I had like a mental barrier I needed to break through, and now I'm comfortably 8-900. I hit Challenger yesterday.
Congratulations. What's your most played?
We're next in by miles. I have 57 or 58 games over Necton,
The
and my next most
man. The
my
BBC.
next most played is like 15 games. I'm not even
Okay.
joking. I actually think Renekton is insane. I am shocked people are not
The
playing
BBC.
Renekton. This champion is so broken, it's unreal. Like, holy shit, man! I'm like humiliating people. Like, it's
I mean,
crazy.
he's amazing in solo queue when you're proficient.
I'm not even winning lanes. Like, I just farm. This
Farm.
bruiser.
Well, in Korean solo. Wait, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I win lane sometimes, but like even when I don't win lane, like for example, people pick like Aatrox and Jackson to you like 90% of the time. These are not lanes you can brute force as Renekton. Like you don't win if you try to brute
Right.
force. So you have to just farm, and like I farm 2 items and I just roll into a team fighting, start murdering people.
Are you running into any Briars? Or no?
No one's really playing this champion. When she does get played, she is unbelievably broken though. I think this champion is inherently like there's no balance.
Really?
You think she's balanced?
No, I mean, I haven't seen her outside of Drew 2.
Champ, like you look at the numbers and the things she does, and it's just like, I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, let's be
Riot August made her.
real. What does that mean?
That
what
means
do you
she
say?
cannot be balanced. like.
What does that mean? Riot
Yeah.
August. What's going on here? Look at Riot August. What do you mean? Take a look at this.
Riot August is the GOAT,
Yeah.
but every champion he makes cannot be balanced.
Why?
Do you know the list of champions this guy's made?
Yeah, let me take a look. Wait, he's made Briar, Belveth, Zeri, Jinx, Vi, Echo, Jin, Senna, Viego, Gnar, and Kayle. He's fine.
Okay, so out of that list, there
Yeah.
are how many champions that have broken the game single-handedly? I'm counting Zeri, Jinx, Echo, Senna, Viego,
Thank you, Josh the Ripper, for subbing.
and in my opinion, Kayle has also broken the game before.
Jin's balanced.
I think Jin, Vi, Jin, Vi, Gnar are like the champs where I would agree they're legal.
I'm not scrolling down Twitch
My
chat. I'm not scrolling.
goodness.
Free bowl. What is going on? Yeah. What the
My goodness.
Okay.
Polar Bear and Jorah's book.
Yeah, this is it, dude. Turn off the music? What do you... I mean, it's riots. Alright.
Good boy.
There you go, there you go, there you go. Oh my god. Senna legit broke the game when she came out. Yeah, but like everything's fine. All right,
She's
Twitch
so
chat,
really
give us a topic to talk about. We have 10 minutes. Give us a topic. Go. Any topic, go. Ass or tit? What? No, I'm not talking about Cho'Gath, Gutex. Fuck you.
Cho'Gath. Yeah, I love Cho'Gath though. That champ's underrated as fuck. It's true.
Oh, have you met Nemesis?
I have, yeah.
Oh, okay. Someone asked about him just now. Favorite. Am I playing WoW Hardcore? No, I'm not. Riot IDs. Oh, didn't that happen today? Or no, it's happening soon, right?
The right IDs?
No.
I don't know. I already got a notification when I logged in yesterday or 2 days ago. Right ID. No, it just told me. I
okay,
can't
okay.
speak Korean. It just said right ID
Oh,
and a
okay,
fucking
okay,
notification. I figured, well, I guess I have a right ID.
What separates romantic love from platonic love? Isn't it the sexual component? Like what? Bard versus... What are these questions? What? No Solar today? Well, we don't know. It's only 3:30 right now, so I don't know if Solar Baka will show up. Faker not going to military? Is he ever going to retire? Faker never was going to military. It just wasn't public information that he was military exempt. Yeah. Faker's had military exemption for a while. I don't know exactly the reason behind it. Yeah.
You need reason? It's Faker.
No.
You
I
know?
mean, no, even BTS didn't get.
Good point.
Yeah. So like it's not that. He's high school dropout, so he doesn't need to do it. Is that actually it?
Really?
Because that seems like such a stupid fucking way that you can dodge.
I feel like it would be the other way around. I feel like it's
Right,
like you should be
right. It's
extra
like,
demanded.
right, it's like the other way in America where you like drop out, so now you have to go to military.
I
Like,
know, right? It's like, wow, I feel like if you drop out, it's like, well, you're a fucking failure.
Right.
Time to get corrected.
do billionaires have to do military service? I mean, you'll read stories about like billionaires getting their kids out because like their kids mysteriously have something that like, you know, exempts them, you know? But yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. Best blind pick mid laners right now. It always depends on MMR. always depends on MMR. I mean, everything's gonna change soon anyway, you know. Yeah, Orion is like fine. Did I see Paranoia by Heartsteel? No, I did not see that. Any thoughts on Smash Nintendo situation? I haven't followed it. No, I have not followed it. I hung out with Reynad. Me and Reynad. So me and Reynad went to play poker yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a huge Noodle fan, dude.
The other room.
Dude,
yeah.
I grew up watching Reynad.
Yeah.
And he had this stream where he said, doesn't matter what you
He
do.
called off 2K with King High.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
It means the Korean guy at the end of the pot was huge.
Okay.
The Korean guy at the end goes all in for 2,000. It's the very last of his stack. And Reynad just, I don't know, like thinks for like, I don't even know, like seconds, and he calls for some reason. He just flips over King High. King High just means like he has
very good hand.
He has
Yeah.
no, not good hand.
It's like the best.
No.
Oh
No.
He had a terrible one.
It is a super terrible hand, but he ended up winning
What a
the
beast.
hand. So it
What a
was
beast.
yeah, it was fucking weird. It was something else, man. Yeah,
Impressive.
it was very impressive. Yes.
What did Reynad say? So he had a stream where he said, it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you're the best in the world, people will pay you for it.
Yes.
And that is what got me to commit to being a pro player,
Yeah.
and commit to being the best in the world.
Yeah.
Or at least trying to be. Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
you know, for me, that's like a core memory that I remember from watching a stream. And this is like 2000 and like, I don't fucking remember. A long time ago.
Oh man. Are the cards for public transport good for tourists in Korea? Yes, they are. As long as you get them from like the GS25 or CUs. Yep. Not allowed to sell food beverages is still wild from Nintendo. That's kind of crazy, yeah. Mod check, yeah. What's my prediction today? I'm hoping that Fnatic wins. Thoughts on Griffin practicing Jack's jungle as a counter pick? Yeah, I think it's really dumb. I talked about it with Shrimp, and I talked about it with Malice.
Why play him jungle? He's just
exactly.
a better
yes,
top laner.
yes.
It's not like he has.
I mean, if
matchups
you
he
must
suffers in.
flex him, if you must, like,
Right.
but
There's
like,
some unique scenarios where I guess
right,
you could squeeze,
right. Tenacity here? No. Tenacity came over the other 2 nights ago. Actually, I went on a walk with Tenacity for like 2 hours.
But that's nice.
Yeah.
Did he steal your dog to hit on girls again?
He always does. You know, that's how it goes. You know.
It's fucked up.
Do I think? What do I think gives Fnatic the edge? Some behind the scenes stuff. I think gives. Yeah. Will I ever join Dom's stream for once? Me and Dom we don't join each other's streams intentionally. We've like talked about this. Although like I've told him that I don't think it should always like be that way, but yeah. I don't know. A lot of the co-streamers don't really do stuff. I mean, obviously we do stuff with each other outside of it, but what's the biggest change needed in the game in my opinion? Well, they're doing the map change. Right? Changing the whole map.
Yeah, I've only seen
I
the
haven't
leak.
seen it.
Yeah, I've only seen the leak. It's like a screenshot where it's like the barn doesn't
Matt,
have the
thank you
same
for
walls
subbing.
anymore. So that's.
Will I get Crowny on stream? Yes. Not today's series, tomorrow's series. Crowny will be here. Do I think Berserker has regressed during his time at C9? No. He is not. Griffin! Thoughts on Griffin practicing Jack's jungle as a counter pick? What do you mean? It is true. What do you mean? Me and Shrimp talked about it.
He's just playing Jax. Maybe he just thinks it's blind. It's not a counter pick. He just picks it.
Shrimp told me that Griffin told him let him cook. Yeah, guys, we gotta get some Griffin quotes. Actually, hold on. I had a Griffin quote the other day. Hold on. Let me get you guys a Griffin quote from the other day. Griffin was telling me his Korean. Okay. So he was trying to say the Korean sentence "잘지냈어?" which means "have you been well?" But apparently Griffin says it so poorly that his teammates think that he's saying cock. Because the Korean word for cock is jaji.
Oh my god.
0168. Fucking Griffin. Griffin. Oh my god. Who else have you met out here?
Like I said,
okay.
I've mostly been focusing on actually hitting shots.
Mm.
Like I said, I got stuck at 200.
Mm-hmm.
That was a reality check. Took
Was
like
it?
3 days,
Okay.
but we made it.
All right, you made it out.
We made it out. Yep,
Your
pro.
agent sees it like, actually, I'm not sure if we're going back to pro. I think like.
But we made it work. I got I got the reality check and we made it work. We're in Challenger. It's all good. Arnold Her stole my LP yesterday, motherfucker.
Who?
Arnold Her.
Oh shit!
Nemesis. League account. Yeah.
How's he doing?
Pretty good. He's like 1200. He's doing solid. Yeah. But to be fair, he had Cassante on his team, so that was not fair.
Oh, okay.
Fuck that champion.
Holy, top 50.
Smurfing on people.
He is actually smurfing, yeah.
It was that Senna game. What a fucking struggle that one.
Jesus.
My Nico did not want to win.
Top fucking 50. Is he the highest foreigner right now?
I would assume so, yeah.
Interesting. Nemesis is a gamer, yeah. What are some imports that actually improved during their time? Not many actually. Berserker is definitely one of them for sure. So I think, yeah. Yeah. Caps is higher? Oh, is Caps higher? Yeah, okay. Caps is higher? Okay. Yeah. What would it take for me to watch LPL? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Mostly just the time zone stuff and like, yeah. It overlaps with LCK. That's really the big problem. Inspired was higher. Interesting. Inspired's a monster. We'll see where he ends up to. Oh, I guess Inspired's gonna probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Smirking. What's going on here? What is it? What is
nothing,
it?
Nothing.
Okay, I don't know.
I have no idea what's gonna happen with Inspired.
Did I see Midbeast went to Faker's high school? I saw the tweet that he went to the high school. Yeah, apparently he's on some riot thing where like they flew him out here and they're sending him around to do all these things. It's interesting. Yeah, Midbeans, yeah. How I feel about every Kaisa going Kraken Slayer variant, no matter the enemy I don't like it, yeah. Any reason why content other than match highlights isn't done between co-streamers? Well, I mean, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I guess isn't like publicly talked about. So way back in the day, me and Dom were the only two co-streamers, right? So this is 2019, 2020. Me and Dom are the only two co-streamers. So during that time period, Dom doesn't want to do stuff because the way that it works, co-streaming back then, is that if there's only two of you, people will just gravitate towards one person, right? That if you're both live. So Dom didn't want to do that. Dom didn't want to do like group calls and stuff like that, which I guess makes sense. So we almost never really did anything, me and Dom together. Then as more co-streamers ended up like joining and stuff like that, and I mean you notice this with like the biggest example of this is like Sneaky Meteos Double Lift, right? Where the three of them all are in the same exact call, but obviously like there's whatever going on there. And then other like Double Lift is always fine to do like calls and stuff because I think there's like no overlap and stuff, but you know, like other like. So, for instance, Kadril doesn't like collabing. I mean, this is like a behind-the-scenes thing, I think. I mean, I think he's also said it on stream before. He like, I think there's like a clip or something where he just says he doesn't like, being in calls with people during co-streams, which is very odd because if you consider 2020, when Kadril first started streaming, he was on Dom's stream all the time. Right, that was like Kadril's first thing because it was kind of like Yamato Cannon. So Kadril was perma on Dom's stream when Kadril wasn't a co-streamer and when he wasn't a live viewer. Right, this is when he was Excel. So that was very. I mean, yeah. So there's like that, and then in 2022, I did quite a few streams with Kadril. Right, in 2022, mostly LCK, and then this year we did a few together. But it just doesn't happen that much. I mean, co-streamers just don't, you know? And then also, like, this year, I mean, I mostly just do the co-streams, right? I mean, it's, you know, everything's, like, different. And now what? Is Meteos got signed by C9? Meteos got signed by C9. We just had a 12-minute delay. Riot? We have a 12-minute delay.
No, we don't. It's not 4 p.m. yet.
Yeah, but the desk has a.
Oh, it does? Supposed to do desk right now? I don't know. I did usually start at 4 p.m., so I don't know. I don't know what this is about. Oh, there they are. That's the desk.
So yeah. Fucking, you know. So how long are you out here this time?
November 2nd is when
Why is everyone out here so short?
I have to.
True. Right.
I have to go back and most
You're only here for 3 more days.
days. November
4 more
2nd.
days. 4 more days.
November doesn't end until the 31st. November, October, sorry.
October.
Yeah,
Yeah.
October.
Well,
November
yeah,
2nd
but
I'm
you
leaving, so-
leave on the 2nd.
Yeah.
So
it's like 5
basically, like
days.
the 1st, you're not. Oh, okay, Bwippo. Like, listen, I don't want to hear it. All right, like fucking, you know, like okay.
Fine. Yeah, not too long anymore. Which honestly, like I said, like I came here, I achieved my goal. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I got challenger. Like I said, I got through like a mental block, which I think was a really good thing. I'm very happy with
this guy
bootcamp.
doesn't get resources, but still pumps out sometimes more damage than
Worthwhile.
Ruler in team fights. Like, I almost want to say he's a better team fighter than Ruler, but that's
Oh.
blasphemy. So I'm just gonna say
I'm gonna be
he's up there.
streaming
I
and
love
play
it.
some
Controversial
other
opinion.
roles. 'Cause like I
and
said, like
indeed,
I'm trying
he's
to
like a ticking time bomb.
only
when,
top, but also jungle, so I
you know,
think
you're
it makes
playing
sense,
versus him,
'cause
even
I-
if you think,
I
oh,
grind
you
a
know,
lot
the
of top.
lane,
Yeah.
it didn't go
Yeah, you
completely
predominantly
in their
only play-
favor, and then the team fights
Yeah,
happen,
because I
and
thought
you
that's
just
what
see
people
it's
wanted to
over in,
hire
like,
me as,
a
but
few seconds.
So good, so fast. The team fight
apparently
does team fight very
people
well.
are
The team
interested in
does
seeing
team
me
fight
jungle
very
still,
well
so
around
I
him,
guess
but
I'm
it's
gonna
still
play some
incredible.
jungle as well, and we'll
My
see.
standout has been down in the bot lane.
Good,
Kerry's
good.
bot.
I wanna be
That was
desirable
an
in both
incredible
roles, so
game
it
to
makes
watch.
sense.
I know that there was some question marks around Kerry's performance coming into the tournament, but this bar
Carry
was
on.
just a masterclass performance from him. It's a little bit crazy when you think back to last year. It was a bar that he lost to in the World Finals, but just look at some of these plays. Absolutely incredible from him.
I mean, I see
Rolling
what you're
Twitter
doing,
really quick,
Vedius.
guys. Seeing
You're trying to put on the screen C9 losing so that it
seeing
continues to happen
if
today.
anything is
Personally, I
fucking
feel like the game was already
interesting.
over at this point. It was like
I mean, obviously,
7,000
there's
gold.
like the Pioshik tweet,
Dragons, like, what's the
which
point?
I
mean,
just
also
I never
just
really
look at it. I also
replied
spoke
to.
about T1. It's a double-edged sword, yeah, and I
Then
love
there was
talking
like
about
Summit's
his team.
there
They
was
are
Summit's
still a bit of a
reply,
question
which
mark
was
here at this
I don't know.
tournament because when we
I
look at
see
their
there's a
role,
lot of
it's been a bit
controversy around
shaky,
Summit's
a bit of a
reply.
shaky game against TL at the start of the tournament, dominant win against C9, and a
I
struggling
agree
loss
that
to
like we
Genji, so I'm
can't
excited to see how they
technically
match up
know how to
against Genji later on.
interpret
Definitely so. A couple of our
Summit's
studs find
reply.
themselves in the same teams that we're
However,
playing versus each other, but there's one more that we haven't
I know
mentioned
how to
yet. I don't know
interpret
if
Summit's
Susan mentioned
reply.
it. She was
I mean,
doing
like,
that.
Well, my
I don't
favorite,
actually have no
stud
idea
dive
how their
point
team
all three
functions
on
or have
has
no
been,
idea about
a
anything
figure
about
that
their
when you
team.
see his
Yeah.
face, boss music starts to
But
appear.
to
An
me,
ominous
it's
presence that has had massive impact
weird.
on the World Championship so
true.
far. It's the
Like,
referee.
it's just
and
really
his incredible
strange.
drawing skills.
I feel like
There's multiple perspectives on Twitter,
words per pres-
and I don't know which
Okay.
one is real.
Like,
So,
like
I don't know.
I mean, here, look, I'll just do this, right? All right. So, like, obviously, I made this tweet, right? I'll just reply to this Twitch chat. Let me get Kelverse.
Duo, like we saw.
So here's the thing. Pioshik claiming APA has a small champion pool is hilarious. It's almost defamatory, even when you consider APA has requested to play other champions and told he isn't allowed, won't be able to in the past year. Absolutely wild. Now, I'm making this claim from personal information, right? One, because obviously direct communication with the player, as well as I know this to be true, right? I know that he has requested to play other champions and been told that, right? It's absolutely wild. So this year he's played 16 champions. Now, some of this does include Academy. Palafox is also at 16. They're tied for the most unique champions played by an LCS mid laner. Some players are as low as 8 in other regions. So in the interview, now this is all translated. I mean, why didn't you pick Lee Sin before the jungle pick got pushed down to the second pick phase? I'm just asking out of regret. It's all over now after all. I'll be honest, my mid laner does not have a large champion. Now, he's saying large champion pool. Now, if Pioshik wants to say that APA can't play other champions, I think that he would just say that because this is being translated, right? So that there's no way that I was going over this with Reynad yesterday, and like one of the things that like he brought up that the public really likes to do is the person that they like always gets benefit of the doubt and they must be right. And the person that they don't like is thought policed, and it's like really weird when we go into the mentions and like people are like trying to make up or interpret something that just simply wasn't ever said by Pioshik, even though there's clearly the capability to just otherwise have said it directly, right? And they're two very different statements. We decided if we draft our bot lane and jungle in the first 3 picks of the draft phase, and Gam decides to target ban our mid lane in the second ban phase, APA won't have that many champions left to play. Okay, let's just draft Ahri in our 3rd pick. So this is apparently like the conversation. Summit obviously replies. We'll get back to that. I say his Cassio, Ziggs, and Asol are better than his Nico because people are... APA obviously is predominantly a Nico player. And then this comes in. Here comes Alice defending one of his boys yet again. Anyone with eyes knows he has a small champion pool. So this is just really weird to me because, again, objectively, you can look up that he has played an abundance of champions. Now, if we're saying that he has a small champion pool because he's rotating the same amount of champions, so is everyone and their mother, right? Everyone and their mother in top lane is rotating 3 or 4 champions. Everyone and their mother in bot lane is rotating 2 or 3 champions right now. Everyone and their mother in mid lane is rotating 3 or 4 champions. It just happens to be that APA plays some non-traditional champions, right? And that he doesn't play he doesn't spam the traditional mid lane champions. The idea that there are mid laners that are playing, 10 unique champions all at an extremely high level is absolutely absurd. The reality is that most mid laners are only rotating about 3 or 4 champions. This is actually just how pro play works. So it's like really bizarre to just say that someone has a small champion pool. The only time that small champion pool actually ends up getting thrown around, typically, you'll actually notice, this also happened with like Nemesis, right? Way back in the day, when someone plays non-traditional champions. But no one ever actually stops and pauses to ask, is the non-traditional champion a non-traditional champion, or is the non-traditional champion an actual meta champion? They just happen to be the only person that actually plays it. In this case, APA, I think it's very evident that Ziggs is meta caliber in terms of power level. No one else plays it. So by that logic, it's actually really stupid. In theory, everyone and their mother should be playing Ziggs, but no one is playing Ziggs. Now, if everyone was playing Ziggs and APA played Ziggs, would Ziggs actually get banned specifically against APA? Probably still would, I guess, right? Because that would be akin to banning an Azir against like a very professional Azir player. But it is just like really weird. Sure, he like plays Nico and stuff, and yes, sure, his Jace is not very good, and everything else. So I say he's bad on Jace. His Ziggs and Cass are much better than his other champions. Nothing is as bad as this Jace. Like Joyce, you like that, Joyce?
Probably on your phone, no?
Yeah, it was on my phone. Yeah. Being able to have a large champion pool is one thing. Knowing how to play each one well is another. I don't think that's the point he's making, or it would be phrased different, but I agree with this person's sentiment, right? It's sickening how you always defend players just because you're friends with them. He is trash. We have said that straight, and obviously I just quote that I already obviously flamed APA's performance at Worlds. And then there's just a bunch of comments here, right? Now, obviously, there's the Summit reply from this morning, which was really strange. Now it's the triple dots, and there's a lot of so also there's like Forrest, right? Forrest replied, "Isn't this because his pool just consists of champs that are by and large dog piss? Like, he can play Asol, Cass, Ziggs, but who the fuck cares if he can't play Ori, Azir, Jay, Syndra?" So, one, I don't think it's fair to say that he can't play Orianna, right? Because who did he play Orianna against? He played Orianna against... Like, it's really weird if we're talking about his games at Worlds, and then we're saying that he can't play these champions when he's playing them at Worlds versus World mid laners. Because most players can't play most champion, or like if we're gonna evaluate some people on like various champions and stuff and say that they're like really bad or they're gonna have really bad games, I just think it's really disingenuous with like the sample size and stuff. So yeah, I would agree that he probably can't play Jace, and well, I mean, I know that he can't play Jace, and I would agree that maybe his Azir is very weak. The Syndra and the Orianna, I mean, yeah, the Syndra game against T1 mechanically actually did a lot of things very fine in that game, and at the same time, he also fumbled a lot of things like mechanically, right? So like it goes hand in hand. Most people in the world can't play Syndra. I would say that, you know, and I mean, this is even before the APA game, but I would say that there's probably like 8 mid laners in the world that should ever lock this champion in mid. She's just way too hard to play in exchange for like the level that you need to play her at in order to get the exchange that you get from playing her. And then Orianna, I would say that he can play it. Pretty Grief IMO, if he can't learn his ASGR to a normal level, then him assume that his entire team in jungle should learn how to play with these things. Well, again, I don't think Azir, like, this goes back to the main premise. Like, Ziggs is a meta-defining champion. Ziggs does fundamentally beat Orianna and Azir. Azir shouldn't just be learned on the premise that he's popular. I don't think that works, right? Where is Xerath this Worlds? Doesn't make any sense, right? Azir is getting picked quite a lot. Xerath apparently has just completely fucking disappeared and everyone's forgotten him. Even though he popped up at Summer, right? It doesn't make any fucking sense. So now are we going to flame every mid laner at Worlds because they're all idiots and apparently forgot 2 months went by and no one plays Xerath? I just don't know. Even then, in the case where you can legit 1v5 on a fringe champion like Darius or Garen, I'm sure the team is still fucking pissed and suffering because he can't play the fucking Rumble or Cassante. Well, I would say that's more of like a team thing. If my mid laner can actually just play champions that are demonstrably better than what is the perceived popular champions, then I would rather them play those champions than the popular champions so that I have social confirmation bias and feel better when I end up losing simply on the basis that they're playing champions that other people are playing. That's literally one of the fundamental problems with pro play in general. So it doesn't make sense. In fact, this is the same exact thing that Nemesis on Fnatic actually got blamed for way back in the day, right? Because again, he played non-traditional mid laners at a time where he just thought the traditional mid laners were very bad. And he played ones that they countered the traditional mid laners, but his champions were not popular. So he got flamed and ostracized by the community for it, and then he ended up making a meme Korean solo queue ID that he ended up getting, top 10 on, and the meme solo queue ID was a small champ pool, or something like this, right? Started playing a lot of Azir and Ahri alongside Silas Kali, etc., etc. So yeah, I mean, this conversation happened. Now, obviously, Summit replied this morning. Now, there's a lot of speculation on what Summit means with the 3 dots. And there's a lot of people like defending that, you know, until Summit comments otherwise, that Summit's, 3 dots can only mean, like he could be surprised at Pioshik or he could be surprised at my tweet. And he's not necessarily flaming APA. Obviously, I think he's flaming. Based on everything that I know, I believe that it is like he's replying to my tweet, like, "What the fuck am I saying?" In a way, which is like really funny because if we go to, if we do this really quick, and we go to game 3, there's a couple of things, and I mean this stuff to me is like really funny. So Summit has a free cheater recall on wave 3, right? When he crashes in the wave, and then he elects to not take it. So if we zoom back, okay, he has a free cheater on wave 3. Now it seems like, however, the plan is to bring Pioshik into top lane to end up ganking the Cassante. He walks forward, gives a grass proc for literally no reason, and now he's pulling the wave. The same exact thing's achieved with the cheater recall. Okay, now right here, let's take a look at the gank that Pioshik and Summit end up doing in top lane in game 3 on match point. Okay, let's take a look at the permafrost. Wukong? All right, let's go real slow here. Let's go real slow. Let's make sure the quality is 1080. Let's make sure everyone can see what's happening here.
Poor guy.
Let's make sure that everyone can see. Oh, Sejuani? Cancels. So Wukong was dead. So Pioshik blunders the kill on Wukong. And now Summit dies. And now, oh, that's weird. So one, Summit doesn't take free cheater recall, even though apparently the plan is to pull 4 and then gank Cassante, in which case he would be in a better spot to end up doing it. Hello, Andre. No. I mean, I'm
Nice
just,
to meet you,
I'm
man.
just,
I'm actually a big fan.
trying to demonstrate.
Gabriel with bwip.
So, anyways,
World's back.
Worlds is starting in
Yes.
a second. Showing someone how they. No, yeah, you gotta tell them. Yeah. Do you need anything? Oh no!
good,
Ask
man,
Autumn
thank
though
you.
to go.
Hey, man.
Thanks. Yeah. So, anyways, there's like this. So it's like it's very 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 strange. So they pick Ari on 3, and yeah, I don't know. They pick Ari on 3, and then they pick Jax for what? They pick it for counter pick jungle. Well, what? I don't understand. They pick it for counter pick jungle. Why do you pick Sedge? So he picked Ari for you on R3, so that you can counter pick jungle. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they killed their options to go AP jungler into Wukong, which is the main way to counter him, right?
It was this team as well. And I remember that was a 3-0, wasn't it, for one of the teams that was there. Let's
So,
not go too
anyways,
far into it,
in case we actually wonder what happened in Game 3. No, don't get me wrong, by the way. APA was literally solving world hunger in the Syndra game, going 0-9 on
That was
Syndra.
very ugly, yeah.
Yeah, that was an atrocious game, but like, it's just really bizarre. I don't know. I mean, Pioshik had one good game at Worlds, right? Lee Sin. And we're gonna reinvent.
I do think he had a few good games. The Kindred game he played in Game 2 in that series is also pretty good.
The Kindred game's
The
hilarious.
point is
though.
like, I just think that I noticed the 2v2 as it was happening, and like the fact that no one brought it up, no one brought any attention to it, no one's talking about it. It's like, and the thing is, I didn't feel the need to make a tweet or mention it because he's crying after the game. I'm sure he realizes it was his fault that they lost that 2v2 top. I don't know. It's just really weird to me.
Alright, here we go.
Like this is all showing up. After they lose.
Team fighting is
Right.
so incredibly important. It almost always revolves around 5v5.
Well, it's the first time that we've had player-on-player
What
drama.
I've seen from Noah, especially at this tournament, where Noah has looked.
When it comes to
a lot more
gameplay,
timid,
yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to gameplay, I think personality clashes happen occasionally,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
gameplay like that, like in like drafting stuff,